really good. Now we're going live. Okay, now we're officially live, guys. So let's make sure we keep everything quiet. Yeah, you can see me. Okay. Okay, Garage Gym Life is here. Welcome, Garage Gym Life. Thank you for joining us. We'll give a few people some time to jump into the chat, but hello again. It's our second time to do the live stream today. We're super excited about doing this evening session with you all. Before we get started, there's a few things I want to cover. So let's go over those before we get started with all the questions and any other content we have today. We do have these two promo codes that are connected to today's live stream. So we have Major Live 5 and Major Live 8. If you weren't able to take advantage of these codes during our morning live stream, here in the evening, these codes will also be available from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. PST. The codes haven't changed, so Major Live 8 still gets you a discount if your total cart order is 3,000 USD or over. And then Major Live 5 gives you a discount on any purchase in the store. And these offers can be combined with the Labor Day sale, but the Labor Day sale is coming to an end very, very soon. So if you want to take advantage of that, it's the blind color box sale, and those codes can be combined with that sale if that's something you're interested in. My name is Matt, for those of us who are joining us for the first time, and super excited to be with you all again today in the evening session. We'll be going over the product, obviously, but we'll be trying to answer as many questions as possible. And on that note, we had a question in our morning session from someone named Eric that unfortunately, due to the high volume of questions, we weren't able to get to, but I really want to make sure we answer it because I think it's a great question. And Eric left it in the chat because he had to leave before we could start our live stream in the morning. Eric's question was, will Major Fitness be making the B52 Pro upgrades available for the B52 standard owners? Eric, that's a great question. A few things I want to talk about is currently we haven't considered this as an option due to potential safety issues. So all of our racks and all of our products are designed to be used safely and used as shipped, meaning that all the parts that come with it have been specifically designed and made for that rack or that system. Now, in the future, if our production team can ensure that using the new parts or the upgraded parts on your old rack doesn't change the safety specifications and is still usable for the users, that is something I think definitely we can consider. We'll pass that feedback along to our design team and see if that is something that will work. Definitely will try to make an announcement on our Instagram and our Facebook. So let me go ahead and shout that out right now as well. Follow us. If you're not following us on the social medias, we've got Major Fitness _global on Instagram and Major Fitness Facebook as well. If you prefer to follow us on YouTube, you can definitely do that. Subscribe, like the live stream and leave a comment today in the live stream. That would be great. But these are great ways to leave your feedback and get in touch with our team directly. So I want to thank Eric for that question from yesterday. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the chat comments today. It looks like we've got Garage Gym Life here already. I want to say thank you and welcome, guys. Garage Gym Life says, love how much you guys are reaching out as a brand. what were your biggest takeaways from your first time at Home Gym Con? That's a great question, Garage Gym Life, and thank you for coming by and checking out our booth. For me, and I think also for Major Fitness, one of the biggest takeaways was just how excited the home gym community is for home gym equipment. Whether it's equipment that is very, very specific, like some of the special bars that we saw, or the special sandbags or special equipment, to the more standard power racks, all-in-one racks, and home gym training equipment. Just the level of interest and excitement from everyone there at the convention was something that really excited us, because we really are focused on providing the home gym user with affordable home gym equipment that really provides a high level of quality and allows them to get the most out of their home workouts. And so seeing the community's just focus and excitement about that really got us excited. Also, I think I can mention that we do have some new products in development. We don't have a specific date, but after going to Home Gym Con, I think the team is really invigorated, really motivated to really get those new products developed at a high level, and shipped out as soon as possible to the customers. So we're really excited about that, and thank you, Garage Gym Live, for that question. Rosario says, is there a discount code I can use on the B52? It shows it's 1,200, but when I check out, it says 1,500. So if your cart is not over 3,000 and you're trying to check out and you're on our website right now, you can use this code MAJORLIVE5 and get the special discount from our live stream. That is the current discount code we have for carts or for orders under the $3,000 US limit level on our website currently. So Rosario, if you could go ahead and put this code in if you're checking out now during the live stream on our site, it may work for you. Just let us know. Joe Stevens says, do you have offline stores or are you selling online only now? Joe, that's a great question. Currently, we are only selling online through our website, majorfitness.com. Yeah, you can also find our products on Amazon as well, but we encourage everyone to check out our official website because there's more that we offer on the website, and you can get more information about the products than you would be able to if you just purchase through Amazon. So Joe, that's a great question. We don't have offline stores currently, but we are considering potentially having maybe a showroom in the future. And if that happens, we'll definitely announce it either in an offline event, maybe we'll have a live stream about it, and we'll definitely announce it on our social media channels as well. Thank you about that question. Garage Gym Life says, my son and daughter and daughter-in-law are super excited about their Major Fitness rack/functional trainer. It's really changed the game for them. That's wonderful, Garage Gym Life. And I know we've just got started, but you mentioned that it's a rack and a functional trainer. And for those joining us, I'll wheel the bench out of the way and kind of go over some of the aspects. So Garage Gym Life is saying that you do have the ability to have a traditional power rack setup, right? We have the J-cups here and the spotter arms where you would do your traditional free weight barbell training. But you notice we've got the handles, the D handles, and the cable trolley here with the 2-in-1 cable system. So These are independent pulleys. You can have two people working, one person at this station, maybe they're doing a straight arm lat pull down if you have that bar, right? So we can take this D handle off and grab our handy straight arm bar, right? Maybe they're off to the side, you know, doing their straight arm lat pull down. And then the other person on the other side is working on, you know, maybe a less traditional, but still quite useful bicep curl, right? So yes, the racks, and I think one of the reasons we wanted to provide functional trainers mixed in with the power racks is because it provides so many more workout options. If you only have a barbell, you can do quite a few exercises, but you're really limited when it comes to additional training as well. Oh, it looks like I've covered our follow sign. So if you've been trying to find us on social media, let me go ahead and turn that bench and get it out of the way there so you can see. Okay, it's not in the way. Yeah, just so you know, be sure to follow us here at Major Fitness Global, Major Fitness _Global, and Major Fitness on Facebook as well. So I'll go ahead and put that back, but now it's not covered up, so you can definitely see it clearly, and it'll be there. David Reed. Hey, David, welcome to the chat today. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I hope everyone is able to hear me. If you can't hear me or you're having trouble with the stream, just let us know in the comments and the chat, and we'll try and fix that for you. Joe Stevens says, what is the color blind box? Joe, that's a great question. So this is our limited Labor Day sale special. You can order a F22, an F35, or a B52, but you won't know the color of the rack. So our racks come in multiple colors. You see here, today we have the black color for the B52 Pro, but we also have other colors like desert, blue, and red, and some other colors as well. What that means is you won't know exactly what color your rack will be, but because of that, you'll get a significant discount. For example, the B52 will be $300 off, but it'll be a unique color that you won't know until it shows up at your door. So if you're not set on having a specific color and you want to save a little extra money on your purchase, you can definitely pick up the color blind box. Which color? Joe said, a follow-up question says, which color blind offers rack? So if you're looking for a simple power rack with a functional trainer, you might try the F22. It doesn't have the Smith machine, the Smith bar, but it does have the functional trainer capabilities, and it has the front uprights, which are usable with the free weight training. If you think you may need the extra training capabilities that a Smith bar would provide, a Smith machine would provide, I would suggest the B52. Now, what are some of the differences? The Smith machine has a barbell that's on a fixed path, following along these guide rails. And so if you're someone who is maybe dealing with an injury or a new lifter, you may want to think about using the Smith machine to help you get started in your training journey. However, if this isn't something you think you would need, maybe you're already a more advanced lifter, or you're just not interested in training on a fixed path with some of your exercises like squat and deadlift, you can just go ahead and get the F22 or the F35 if you need to save some space. So that's a great question, Joe. Garage Gym Life said, you guys are definitely welcome to now and purchasing in YouTube shopping. Man, that's a great question, Garage Gym Live. This is our first time to do the live stream, so we haven't opened that capability currently. We may need some time to look into that functionality. As this was our first time to set up the live stream, obviously we don't have all of the functionality enabled, and so after this, after our morning stream and after this evening stream, we'll take a look back and do kind of a review of the two streams and see where are those opportunities. Like you said, maybe we can start hosting some of our products in YouTube shopping. Someone else mentioned yesterday if we could include a transcript for the video. So those kind of suggestions are great, and we'll definitely take them into account moving forward in our future live streams. That's really great. So today, obviously, we're going to talk about the rack that I have with me today, but it's not just about selling you more B52 Pros. Today, we really want to focus on fitness and how we can incorporate fitness into our daily lives. What are some of the reasons that Major Fitness started up in New Jersey and started to sell home gym equipment to the American market, and now also selling in Australia? The three main reasons are that we really feel, number one, the home gym is a great place for people to begin healthy habits and a healthy lifestyle. You may not have as much time as you need if you need to drive to a gym or if you need to go see a personal trainer. You may not have as much time, but having the home gym equipment, having a piece like a B52 Pro or the B52 Standard in your home allows you to exercise and begin those healthy habits on your own time. Next, we really think that privacy is really important. Not everyone wants to work out in front of a large group of people. In the commercial gym, you don't know who's there, you don't know who's watching you, and you're not really in control of the environment. That's not to say that we think commercial gyms are unsafe, but we really think that the privacy you can get from training in your own home can really help get a lot of people over the hurdle of, I don't feel comfortable with other people around me while I'm training. Maybe you're a new lifter, or maybe you're training in some special kind of athletic sport, and it requires a unique type of training that may look strange or may attract unwanted attention. Having home gym equipment allows you to train how you want without having to worry about those around you. So privacy is a really big issue that at Major Fitness we really think is important. And number three is family. So we understand that these multifunctional all-in-one power racks or power racks plus Smith machines can help families exercise together, right? We mentioned how this dual independent cable system can allow more than one person to work out at a time. In fact, there's multiple systems here. For example, we have the landmine attachment at the bottom here. Let's say I wanted to do a landmine move, right? I could just easily go ahead and grab my barbell, right, and attach it here into the landmine. Okay, the landmine is locked all the way, so we'll go ahead and put that down and then just unlock and then slide it in, lock it in place so that it's nice and safe. So I'm training on my landmine moves. I'm over here off to the side, right? Maybe I'm doing shoulder press, maybe I'm doing some core rotational work, right? And then I have a partner, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's someone who lives with you, right? They're doing pull-ups at the same time, right? And then maybe there's someone off to the side using the cable system over here as well. So family, friends, working out together is really something. These are the three main things why Major Fitness is so excited and so focused on providing quality home gym equipment that is affordable for almost everyone. So if you are looking to check out today, if you're on the website and you're still considering, we do have these special promo codes, right? We've got Major Live 5 and Major Live 8. So if you're on the website now and you see anything that you want to put in your home gym, or you're thinking about starting your home gym, go ahead and use those codes today. Be sure if you're using the Labor Day sale to select the blind box option, okay? Definitely need to make sure you select that on the website. Garage Gym Life. Joe says, I entered your website and tried to buy the B52. It still shows. Yeah, so Joe, if you go onto the website and you're trying to purchase the B52 right now, you need to select the blind box option. So I think maybe our official channel can help you. Maybe send some screenshots into the chat if you still need some help, or if you're not able to figure it out, reach out to us via Instagram, and maybe someone there can send you a step-by-step how to do that on the website. But there's should be a link, a pretty large text on the website that you can select the blind box. Maybe I can show you, just grab the computer and show you. Okay, so we're here on the website. So I think you can see, but I'll bring it as close as I can. Yeah, so there's color options here for the rack. If I choose the standard color options where I pick the color, then it will be this price. But if I go here to this mystery color, the mystery color box option, you'll notice that the price is down by $300 US. So just make sure when you're choosing what color that you have selected the mystery color box option there on the website. It's kind of, I think you can see it, but maybe we can send a screenshot of this to the chat for you guys. Excellent question. So let's keep talking a little bit more about today's Power Rack Smith machine that we have with us. I've already set up the landmine attachment with a barbell, and you can see we still have the J-hooks here, and it's possible for me to still adjust these. Let's go ahead and do some seated shoulder pressing today, maybe, while we wait for some more questions, and I can go over some different ways we can do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the J-cups a little bit lower. I'm always going to, when I am training, always gonna use these safety pins that come with the J-hooks, right? So this just provides an extra level of safety and stability here when I'm training and when I'm using weights. So we always want to make sure that we're maintaining our safety while we're training. So I'm going to bring the bench back in. Okay, Joe, it looks like we got things worked out for you. That's great. After we do some shoulder work using the free weights and then using the Smith machine, I'm going to show you guys how to use the low row setup. Here, right, we talked about yesterday the foot plate being on the right side and the landmine attachment being on the left side. We didn't actually get to use the low row machine, the low row foot plate yet, and the pulley. So we'll go ahead and do that today. Let me put the safety arm back in as well. Even though I'm doing an overhead press, whenever you're working with free weights and barbells, always want to make sure you're using the safety spotter arms as well. And just like our J hooks, these safety spotter arms have been upgraded with safety pins and a slightly heavier design. So we're fully locked in here, and I'll grab another barbell and we'll go ahead and get things started. So one of the cool things you can do is, if I'm going to train my shoulders, let's say I'm training shoulders today, I'll probably start with, first I'd start by setting the bar at an even height. And having numbers here allows you to do that. So you'll see I put the J cup at 19 here. And then because it's in the evening and I'm a little bit tired, I decided to set it one lower. But easily can adjust that and find the correct hole on the upright because the numbers are right there for you. And then let's just check the bar again. Make sure I don't make the same mistake twice. Good, okay. So the bar is in place. So we're training shoulders today. What's the weight capacity of before we get into that, Garage Gym Life has asked a great question. What's the weight capacity of the spotter arms? Alan is our technical specs guy is sending it on to our team right now, and they're going to pull it up on the screen for me. I know the dynamic weight capacity of the entire rack is 700 pounds, but let's get that specific spotter arm weight capacity for you. I can definitely tell you without giving you a number, it's heavier than anything I could lift, so we'll be extra safe today, but let's get that specific number for you here in a second. So while we get that number for you, we're thinking about overhead training today. Usually, when I think about my training and how to plan it out, I think about doing a compound move first, then giving myself some rest, and then moving on to those isolation exercises. Maybe it's a cable exercise, or maybe it's a Smith machine exercise. It looks like we have the number here. It's static load of the spotter arms is 1,500 pounds or 1,500 pounds. And then with a drop test or under dynamic load, it's 500 pounds. So definitely well over anything I can lift, at least overhead, but should be safe enough for most average users. Now, if you are someone who is really pushing a lot of heavy weight, this may be something you need to consider, and we will have racks in the future coming out that have enhanced safety and also more dynamic weight capacity as well. So we don't have any specific dates or announcements about those racks at the moment, but I can tell you that we are working on developing 3 new racks and 3 new home gym systems. So look for that information either in our Instagram or our Facebook, and we'll also maybe have some other events as well where you can, offline events where you can interact with the products and see them up close and personal. For those offline events, if we do have them, we will be shooting lots of videos and pictures. So if you're not able to make it there in person yourself, you definitely will be able to follow along with all of those updates. Yes, okay, so Garage Gym Life, great, glad we could get that drop test number for you. We did a very light drop in our morning session, just showing some squat bar safety and how to use the safety arms and how to be safe when squatting. If you want, we can definitely do that again, and I can show you guys what I would do for my overhead safety as well. So yeah, we can definitely drop the barbell a few more times on the safety arms. So we were talking about our overhead training, starting with a compound movement. So today I'll probably start with a seated overhead press. So we'll have the bar in front of me here. The seated overhead press, at least the barbell variation, allows for a few things. Allows you to eliminate the legs. I don't know if you can see, but your legs are not as involved in this movement. So if you've just done leg day yesterday or 2 days ago and you're still recovering, a seated overhead press would be a great compound lift variation. So you just come here, and I gotta watch out for the mic, so make sure I don't crush it. But you come and you brace and then press overhead and down. So one thing you might want to do before you get started is remove the D handles from the functional trainers, which is not hard to do. Just a simple click, and you're good to go. And then that way you don't have to worry about any overhead clearance issues you may have if you have really long arms. And you see even there, my arms aren't that long, but they do run into the handles there. So just want to make sure if balance is something you're struggling with, just remove those. So go ahead and press. This is a compound lift, right? Because it requires more than just the shoulder muscles, the front delts to press. We've got a lot of tricep involved. We've got a lot of core involved for stability. So this is a great workout, a great move to start your overhead or your shoulder workout. Just talking safety here again. Always want to check when we're re-racking the bar, right? So I never want to re-rack the bar and not look to see if I made it. That's a really dangerous situation, especially when there's weight on the bar. So what I always do, even if I know I can make it, I always check one side first and the other side second. And then I know once it's fully on the J hooks, I can release my hands and let the weight go. Now let's say it's getting towards the end of my set, I'm getting tired, I'm gonna fail. What should I do? In this situation, we're gonna wanna drop the bar forward, but we're not gonna wanna drop it from this height. We're gonna wanna follow the bar down and let it go in front of us. Always move in the opposite direction of the bar, okay? And push yourself away from the bar. So the safety spotter arms, how long are the safety spotter arms exactly? They're long enough for me to get an overhead press here and still be able to safely drop the bar. So we'll get those specific numbers for you, but that's what the start of my overhead workout would look like. We'll go ahead and pick that bar back up, safely put it in the J hooks, and move the bench out of the way. So now let's look at some dynamic moves I can do for shoulder. We're gonna use the landmine attachment for this. So I'm gonna have to take this safety spotter arm off just so I can ensure I get the full range of motion for the landmine. Garage Gym Life says awesome. Can't wait to see, yes. Okay, so in the landmine attachment, we've got 360 degrees. Obviously we can't go fully back, but if we could go all the way around in a giant circle here. So for the landmine attachment, you can definitely do a lot of explosive shoulder work. I would stick with lightweight when you're starting out with the landmine because it is a dynamic move, and if you go too heavy too fast, you may find that controlling the weight, especially at the fast speed, is something that's quite difficult. So that would be a great dynamic move to follow up our strength move, or even you could start with the dynamic speed-based move and move to the static or slower strength-based move. These are two great exercises I would start out with on my shoulder day. Now let's say I finished both of those, right? Maybe I've finished 5 sets of 5 on the shoulder press, and maybe I've done 4 sets of 6 fast reps on the landmine shoulder press on both sides. What would be something next I could do? Well, first I'd probably want to clear out the space to make sure I'm not tripping over the bar. So just unscrew here, gently slide the barbell out, and I'll put this barbell back first since it's the one lying on the floor. Always want to make sure we're keeping the floor clear and clean in our home gym or wherever our gym is set up, so that we're not tripping over anything or putting ourselves in any unnecessary risky situations. And then I'm going to clean the barbell off of the J hooks. I'm then going to remove the J hooks from the front uprights, as well as the safety spotter arms, because we're going to want to be able to move these cable trolleys to whatever height we need to target our shoulder muscles with the high load capacity of the spot. So in the middle here, looks like we have a few more questions. Joe says, will you be doing live coaching, how to do workouts? Yes, in the future, some of our live streams may include coaching or training sessions. We would love to share with you all tips and tricks and just general advice about how to get the most out of your power racks, whether it's specific workouts that we do together, or maybe it's sharing via live stream how to set up your workout plan. Those kind of topics, we would love to share that information with you all in the future. So Joe, that's a great question, and look for updates about those potential live streams coming to you either via Instagram or Facebook, and also be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube so that whenever we do go live, you know, whether it's with a coaching session or another rack review, you'll be able to get all of those updates as soon as they happen. So thanks, Joe, for that question. I think Garage Gym Life had another question. With the high load capacity of the spotter arms, hang cleans are definitely on the menu. Yes, if you're looking to do more dynamic moves within the safety spotter arms, it's definitely possible, and we can go over how someone would do that and which direction I think someone should be facing when doing those more dynamic, we could say Olympic style lifts within the range of the spotter arms. Did we get the length of the spotter arms? 20 inches. Okay, the spotter arms are 20 inches long. So based on that information, we'll go over how I think the best way to do those dynamic lifts with the 20-inch safety spotter arms, what that would look like. First, let's finish up our overhead day with some functional training. So I usually love to do some rear delt flies, but I always, struggle because that machine at a conventional gym is always being used for chest flies. Everyone is on the pec deck, trying to get a bigger chest. But here with the home gym setup, and when I'm working out by myself, I don't have to worry about that because it's my machine, it's my home, and it's my setup. So we're gonna do the rear delt fly and try and sweep that arm open as wide as possible, and then come all the way across the body, right, to get that full stretch. This is a great way to target the rear delts and focus on building upper body strength and stability. Once I've finished the rear delts, you can do front delt raises, but we've already done a lot of overhead pressing already, right? We've done our seated overhead press, we've done our landmine overhead press. Let's hit those mid delts in the end for a little bit of a burnout session. So one of the things I like to do, you can always stand vertically and just do traditional single arm shoulder flies like this. But one thing I like to do is slide my feet in as close to the upright as I can, get a little bit of a lean, and then fly out to the side. So for these lighter weights, right, we love the fact that this cable system allows us a better ratio. Now, if you're doing heavier lifts, maybe a lat pull down, you may want a cable. The cable system's weight ratio may not be ideal for you, but we do have other racks with different cable ratios as well. And one of the new racks that we have coming out soon will have the ability to adjust the cable weight ratio as well. So just keep that in mind. For the shoulder exercises, you'll notice I can have one at the bottom and then one at the middle, so I can easily superset. So let's say I want to do, my flies from the bottom here and then go right into the rear delt fly on the other side without having to take a break. This is one of the nice things about having the dual independent pulleys. I can set up each station for a superset just how I like it. Joe says, how often do we live stream? Joe, that's another great question. As this is our first live stream, we're really trying to see what times work out best for everyone. We want to make sure that the live streams we do produce reach the most people, because the information we're sharing, most of the time, like I said, it's about health and fitness. It's about how to get the most out of your products. If we go live when it's not an ideal time for most people, unfortunately, we probably won't be able to do that. But we would like to host more live streams, and we definitely will choose a consistent time. So it won't be random times throughout the week, and we will definitely give and announce a set live stream schedule so that you can make it part of your plan. If you know that on Saturdays or Sundays or whatever day of the week we end up choosing based on what works best for our viewers and our community, then we'll make that announcement. You can make that a regular thing that you can show up to, and we look forward to having you join us on those live streams. You saw Fitness Garage Gym reviews. Does the foot plate have telescoping capabilities? That's great, because we were just going to get to the foot plate today for a low row setup. So this foot plate does not have telescoping abilities, but it does have the ability to fold to different angle positions, so whichever one you prefer. However, we do have a rack that does have the telescoping foot plate capabilities, and I believe it's the F22, the B52. Can you send it? I'll have our technical guy send it, because I can't remember it off the top of my head. We've been working with so many racks, and part of my job as product manager is to try and test the racks as much as possible. So in my head, it's all jumbled together sometimes, which rack I'm on, which rack I've worked on. So sorry about that, but we'll get the technical specs for you. But yes, we do have, just to quickly answer, we do have one rack that has the telescoping foot plate. So let's go ahead and attach our short straight bar here. And let's put on a little extra weight. So with the selectorized weight stack, one of the nice features of having the B52 Pro is that we have the selectorized weight stack, meaning I can just easily come in and right away choose the weight I want to pick. I don't have to load any plates on or anything else. So yeah, I'm glad we could answer your question, USAWA, but we'll get that exact rack for you in just a second. So I'll go ahead and make my way to the floor, place my feet firmly on the foot plate, and then brace my core and row. Obviously, there are plenty of handles and attachments that you can use for a row. And also, when you buy our racks, you can also buy the 8 accessory pack, which comes with additional handles as well. And if you just want to buy a specific handle, for example, maybe you want to do a row that's really wide, or you want a lat pull down bar, you can go ahead and purchase these as well individually on the website in the accessories section. And we'll be working on releasing new handles and new grips for our cable system as well in the future. So be sure to follow us on Instagram or Facebook as well as YouTube, and we'll make those announcements when we have new attachments that we update. Garage Gym Life said, one thing my son and daughter like about the rack is the small footprint. Leaves plenty of room for a play area and a safety. Yes, exactly. So family safety and just safety in general is something that we also really highly value here at Major Fitness. It's one of the reasons when we started to think about how can we upgrade our racks. The first thing we did was to install the safety pins on the J cups and the safety spotter arms. And as you mentioned, we really want to make sure that people can maximize the space in their home gym. So that's one of the reasons we've continued to maintain a small footprint for these products. You know, we understand that if you're putting a large piece of equipment into your house, you don't want it to take up suddenly the entire room. There are racks on the market or systems on the market that if you put it in a room, that room only can be used with that piece of equipment. That's not the case here with the B52 Pro and many of our other racks, especially including racks like the F35 and F35 Pro. That rack is extremely low, small footprint and small space oriented. So just to answer specifically, go back really quick, USAWA's question about the telescoping foot plates, that feature will be on our new racks coming out in Q4. So look for those updates when we have the announcements. That's why I remember it from the product testing, because we've been heavily testing those new products to make sure that, you know, we're not just throwing together a few things that we say are, oh, this is new or this is updated, but we didn't actually put it through the test. So we're really trying to make sure we get all those T's crossed and I's dotted, as they say, for those new products. But yeah, having a small footprint, going back to Garage Gym Life's point, having a small footprint allows you to set up space around the rack as you like, and to keep the workout in a contained area, so that, you know, as you said, if you're working out with family, maybe they're not lifting, or maybe they're too young to lift, right? You're lifting with kids. You want to have them in a safe space away from any place that could be potentially dangerous for them. Obviously, we want to make sure we're practicing safety and being as safe as we can during all of our workouts, but unexpected things can happen, especially with kids, and having that space of separation and the ability to separate them from the workout area is something that, you know, we don't take lightly. So let's see how we can do some dynamic moves using the safety spotter arms. I need to bring the trolley all the way up and out of the way. So also you'll notice that the trolleys have this little gap in the front. You can use it as a place for your hand to pull, and they're super lightweight, really easy to move up and down quickly. So we're gonna slot our, let me put it at 15. Actually, let me put it, where's my hip? Yeah, where's my hip? At 13, yeah, that should be good. We'll do some hip power cleans. And then again, always, if you have the safety pins, get those locked in place for the safety spotter arms. And we'll go ahead and put the next safety spotter arm up. Set that one at 13. And then again, set this one at 13. And just like the other side, we'll go ahead and lock that safety pin in place. Okay, we're all set to go. Let's grab a barbell. And these are fresh barbells. I know this is gonna sound like I'm making an excuse ahead of time, but these barbells are pretty fresh. So I'm gonna do my best to hold on to it during this, these dynamic moves here. I'll go ahead and take the phone out of the pocket. So if we're working on doing more dynamic moves like hang cleans with the safety spotter arms, I would suggest to face towards the rack. Because they're a dynamic move, the potential to dump the weight quickly in front of you, it may miss the edge of the rack. In this situation, because it's 12 gauge steel here in the front uprights and the safety spotter arms are nice and sturdy with the safety pin and the extra plastic in between the rack and the safety spotter arm, dumping it towards the rack is going to be your safest option and won't damage the rack too severely. Now, if you're going heavy, I can't ensure that throwing a barbell moving quickly at the rack is not going to damage it, but you will be safe at least, and the rack will have to handle the results of your failed lift. So, we'll pull the bar up to our hip position, and we'll hang power clean, right, and bring it to the upright position. Then we'll come back. You can rest it on the safety spotter arms if you have it set high enough and hang clean again. Now, if I fail the move, right, what was I talking about? We're gonna wanna move in the opposite direction of the bar. So the bar is coming up here. We're gonna wanna move back and push the bar forward. So let's say it's getting close to the end of my set. I can't make it. I just simply push the bar away from me and let the safety spotter arms do the work of catching it. So yeah, when you're training dynamic Olympic lifts and you need these safety spotter arms, they're a great option for you to help provide that extra level of safety, especially if you're training around young people like children. Always want to make sure you're being safe. Now, one of the other ways you can be extra safe is whenever you are putting weight on the bar, always want to make sure we're either using our clips, right, our plastic clips to lock that weight in place, or if you don't have these plastic clips, man, these are tight, which is great. We're using our special metal clips here. These are probably the most common. You'll probably have a few extra pairs lying around. These will also help lock the weight in place. So when we're doing dynamic moves with weight, want to always use these as well. So let's go ahead and put some weight on the bar and do a few more hang power cleans with the weight, just to show you how the safety clips work. Let me go ahead and, I was going to put that, I'll just put it here for now. So one of the nice things about having your weight storage on the rack means that you don't have to go searching around, where did I put that plate? Is it there? Is it here? I don't know. It's right there where you need it at the back of the rack for you. Just gonna wanna make sure you give yourself enough clearance between the wall behind you and the weight post. So keep that in mind when you're setting up your racks, especially racks like the B52 Pro or the B52 where the weight horns face towards the back. So we're here with the bar. The 25-pound plates are secured in place by the metal clips, and we're gonna do a few hang power cleans. I'll do maybe one or two, and then we'll do another drop onto the rig, and to show you guys how it holds up with some actual weight on the bar. Again, I'm gonna be facing away from you, so you won't get the best view, but you'll just have to imagine. So we're gonna pull to the hip, clean, and stand back up. So in this situation, because I've placed the safety arms so high, for me personally, I'll do one more. Stand up, pull up. What I would do, I would just drop it back down on the rack because I'm lazy and I don't want to catch the bar as it falls. I just let the safety arms do that work for me. If you have back issues, but you still want to train these dynamic moves, catching, the hardest part about dynamic lifts is always re-catching the bar. This is the most tiring thing about if you're training CrossFit or if you're training high repetition, more cardio focused Olympic lifting sessions. Re-catching the bar is always what wears me out the most. So I would be someone who would just drop it back down on the rack, set up again for my second lift, and then pick up and go for my next lift. Now, if you're someone who is more concerned about maybe the longevity, or you have a very strong lower back to handle the high repetitions, you can set it down gently like I just did. But if you need to bail, let's see what it looks like if I fail the lift, but with some weight on it. So I'm gonna pick up, didn't make that rep, but the rack is perfectly fine, holding the weight for me, and I'm perfectly fine. Just taking a step back, always move away from the bar. Never move, try and move under the bar. The bar is gonna move faster than you, and if you just give yourself some distance between you and the bar, you'll be safe. So that's one thing we really wanna focus on. It looks like Garage Gym Life is one thing this is we've already answered that. So, hopefully that gives you a good idea of how to do some dynamic Olympic lifting with the rack using the front uprights and the safety spotter arms. I'll go ahead and clean up this barbell, and let's keep going. I know we may have a few more questions. Don't hesitate to ask any other questions. If today you had a question maybe about one of our other racks or some of our other products, and you notice we featured the B52 Pro today, don't hesitate to ask those other questions. Maybe you're wondering, how far can I fold the F35? Does it open all the way? Are there any limitations? What should I keep in mind when installing the F35? Feel free to ask those other questions about other products we have. If you're on the website now, viewing this live stream, and you see a product and you're not sure maybe how to use it or what the point of it would be for your home gym, feel free to let us know in the chat. I want to spend a little bit of time talking now about the selectorized weight stack before we move on to other topics. And just so you know, I want to make sure everyone's clear. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get a drink here in a second. But the Labor Day sale is coming to a close. So, it's okay. I'll get a drink in a second. I'm okay. The Labor Day sale is coming to a close. And the team is just concerned about me, guys. So we're doing fine though. Just a little bit dry. The Labor Day sale, like I said, is coming to a close. And we want to make sure that if you are looking to add something to your home gym, that you're able to get it at the best price possible. So be sure, if you're shopping now, to make the most of that Labor Day sale. And also the Labor Day sale can be combined with these live stream codes. So these live stream codes are Major Live 8 and is available for purchases over $3,000 US in the total cart amount, and a Major Live 5 is just a discount you can apply to any order that doesn't meet this $3,000. Now these two cannot be combined together, but this one and this one can be individually combined with the Labor Day sale special. So make sure if you're wanting to get extra savings on those racks, you're choosing the mystery color box option, and then once you've chosen the mystery color box option, if you're able to apply any of today's live stream codes as well, go ahead and do that. Now, again, those live stream codes for this evening session are active from 5 p.m. PST to 7 p.m. PST. So if you're going to shop, we definitely want to make sure you're doing that as soon as possible. And again, it's PST, Pacific Standard Time. So just if you're in a different time zone, make sure you're aware of the time differences. Looks like we're getting ready to wrap up, I'm being told. If you have enjoyed today's live stream, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. I'll go ahead and pull these up one more time. Instagram here, Major Fitness _global, and Major Fitness on Facebook. We also have a Facebook group as well. These are great places to get updates about what we're doing, not just on social media, but what we're doing with our products as well, and those offline events. We're looking to do more offline events, hopefully in the future. And so as our team plans those, we will definitely be making announcements about them on those platforms. If you're really interested in the live streams and maybe catching us, when we're doing some training sessions or some other product reviews, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and leave us a like. Garage Gym Life has said, any plans to add roller J-cups to the catalog? Garage Gym Life, I can tell you personally, we have already designed roller J-cups, and I think they used to be in the catalog, but they were taken out of the SKU lineup because they just weren't selling at that time. But we can consider, as the interest and the specificity of people's workouts increases, adding those back into the SKU lineup would definitely be something we can consider. So, the more people ask about it, the more pressure we put on the, production team to bring those back. And it helps us, as product managers to communicate to them that, hey, people are really interested in these products. So yeah, I think that would be something we'll definitely pass along. Thanks for that feedback. Would definitely love to make your next offline event, Garage Gym Live. We'd love to see you there, Garage Gym Live. Super happy to have gotten to see you at Home Gym Con, and really appreciate all of the support and definitely all of the feedback you've provided when using and reviewing our equipment. We really value when users take the time to actually test out the products and give us actionable feedback. It's one thing to just see a product and judge it based on, these are those numbers or things you've heard from other people. But when you take the time to get involved with the product, to reach out to the team, those are really the kinds of feedback that we appreciate and that we really value. So thank you once again, Garage Gym Life, for that, and we'd love to see you at our next offline event. Looks like we'll be closing up here. Someone mentioned, I think the team sent me a message about trying to get 3,000 views or likes. I'm not sure. It looks maybe we're close to getting 3,000 total views. Would love to see the total view count maybe get to that number. But if not, we'll still wrap things up as scheduled here, and we'll get back to you guys as soon as possible with another live stream. I know I've really enjoyed meeting you all through this live stream, sharing some workout tips. I know yesterday in the morning we had someone ask about pull-ups and how to do pull-ups, and we kind of walked through that as well. And today we did a little bit of an overhead exercise demonstration. Would love to do more of those workouts with you all in the future, and maybe even do like full workout sessions. So those are definitely things that are all on the table. And thank you guys so much for viewing today's second live stream and just making both of today's live streams so successful. We love all of the support and interest in Major Fitness. In the future, if you are new to Major Fitness or just new to the home gym experience, feel free to ask us any questions. You know, we love the community and we love working for you guys to bring you that quality home gym equipment that you can use every day in your home exercise routine. So look forward to seeing you again soon, and I've had a great time. We'll see you all next time. When's the next live? Joe, that's a great question. We'll make an announcement about the next live as soon as possible on Instagram, Facebook, and also potentially on YouTube as well. So Joe, you follow us there on all of those social medias to get that information, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for joining us so much. We'll see you guys. Take care.